All right, welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. DJ Impact here with Sin City Steve and Simon Street. And we don't have Matt Michaels again. I tell you, this guy is beginning to miss so much class. I don't know how he's going to pass.
Man, he's just trying to replicate the recipe for success that you have made past couple months.
Okay, all right.
That's actually a great call.
There you go. Maybe he's looking for some articles of clothing that he's found missing as well.
Well, I'm happy I found the slippers, man. I found them. Anyway, everyone, welcome to the show. Shout out to you. Make sure you throw the comments into the chat box here, YouTube Live, Twitch, or Facebook Live. We would try to get it in as we see fit. And if you just downloaded the podcast, thank you for downloading and listening. We love when you hang out with us. A lot of wrestling, of course, took place this past week. And you're going to hear some of what happened, I guess, with Crown Jewel, something that Sin City Steve and I said, nah, we're going to pass. But you know what? I'll mention a little bit of it because I did read something. I'm going to go by what I read, and we'll see, what the agreement is on that or not. But until then, let's just kick it right off with our four-way stop. All right, let's do it. All right. I'll go with you, Sin City Steve. What was some of your highlights this week?
All right. So Chris Jericho is still your ROH World Champion after defeating his Open Challenge opponent, Colt Cabana. Yeah, that's right. Colt Cabana. Go figure.
Yeah.
CM Punk is officially gone. And now we see Colt Cabana return back to TV. It's quite a coincidence there that, that this kind of thing is happening right now with this particular timing. Colt Cabana was damn near sobbing as he was coming to the ring. You could definitely tell that this meant a lot to him. Yeah. It was good shit. And obviously Jericho, the right person won the match, but Cabana had such amazing crowd support. It was really something that was warming, And then elsewhere, Orange Cassidy, still your AEW All-Atlantic champion after thwarting Rey Fenix and Luchasaurus on Wednesday and Katsuyori Shibata on Friday of this week. Say what you will about Orange Cassidy, but I'm definitely cool with him being the All-Atlantic champion. It just works. Say what you will about him carrying the title belt to the ring in a backpack. It's unconventional. It's never been done before. But then again, what about Orange Cassidy isn't unconventional? Originality is a great thing. And then last but not least, Samoa Joe is still your ROH World Television Champion, even though there's not an ROH TV show. But, that's neither here nor there. Like I've said numerous times, just give Rampage to ROH. Just have it be ROH Rampage on Friday. Joe beat Brian Cage, and after the match, Powerhouse Hobbs attacked Wardlow, laid him out, held up the TNT title. At this point, just put the TNT title on Hobbs, get it off of Wardlow, get him moving to something else. This title reign has been snake bitten since day one.
Wow. Simon Street, man, what you got?
Man, my four-way stop is definitely going to involve a little bit of results from Crown Jewel. First and foremost, let me say, I called it. I had a conversation with a couple of my friends talking about Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. And I had said that Bobby Lashley is going to come out strong, may not victorious. And wouldn't you know it, I was on point. And that's exactly what happened. Bobby Lashley got counted out. Brock Lesnar won. But are we seeing, Bobby Lashley turn heel? I kind of think, because he gives two shits at this point. And it's great to see. But he was dominant the whole damn match. I mean, he was treating Brock Lesnar like, a little rag doll. Now, mind this, Brock Lesnar, if he gets his balls hit on a corner of a table, apparently we can add to the list now his knee injury. If you hit your knee, then you're a little bit out. But great match. Also, too, man, SmackDown. Gunther, Rey Mysterio Intercontinental Championship. Man, I tell you what a hell of a goddamn match, man. Just when you think you can see Rey go against somebody that is a bigger guy, he pulls stops like this. I mean, that freaking Hurricanrana counter off of the power bomb off the top turnbuckle was well timed and looked really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, he couldn't pull away and beat Gunther, obviously, but great match. Also, too, Kai and Sky losing the championships Monday night to only later regain it on Crown Jewel. I mean, it's pretty interesting. They made a real big deal about them dropping the belts and having Asuka and what you call it? I always call her a little girl. Winning the belts. Yeah, Alexa Bliss. So that's kind of my little bit of four-way stop. I know we'll talk a little bit more Crown Jewel and other things that happen throughout the week.
All right, cool. Just to keep minds real simple here. Now listen, there was nothing crazy great about the Thea Hale and Kiana James match from NXT. I just want to shout out the fact that Kiana James, I kind of like that finisher. I think that could be something that can, if she keeps working on it and keeps selling that, that could be something to me that's almost equivalent to like an End of Days, and which is what Corbin does. And I'm all about finishers that is so well that it really looks like that, it's very effective. And I like her finisher. I don't know if there's a name to that. She performed it twice against that match, and she nailed both of them good. So I just want to shout that out. Of course, there's a lot more work that's going to need to be done between the two, but that finisher, I just want give some props over to that. And also on NXT, shout out to Mandy Rose. I thought it was real cool to give her her accolades as they did in the ring. She really has come a long ways, and I know Vic was giving Booker some hate just because he was over cheering for her, but dude, that's because everyone knows where Mandy started and how she's at right now. She is really like really show major improvement. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Last thing, Impact Wrestling, there was a match with Aussie Open versus Frankie Kazarian and Josh Alexander, and I just wanted to shout that out. I've never watched Aussie Open with by themselves. Normally they got what's his name, Sin City, help me out, what's their guy?
Will
Osprey, thank you. With him, and but it was good. It was a great match. Didn't know where it was gonna go. I got a chance to see some different moves from them. Of course, Frankie and Josh, they won that match, but it was great to see them. And I didn't even know that they were, I guess, doing work with Impact at the moment. So good stuff on that. All right, let me move over into the Too Sweet for the week. Okay. Sorry, Mystery. What did you have for your Too Sweet?
Man, I tell you what, my Too Sweet for the week is going to be starting with Nikki Cross. There's one thing I love about a crazy bitch is when she strikes twice. And let me tell you, this crazy bitch struck twice. She did it on Raw. And then she went and did it again on Crown Jewel. Like this is one crazy chick. And I'm so happy to see her crazy ass back, because let me tell you, ain't nothing better with Nikki Cross than when her ass is deranged, crazy, and unpredictable. And man, I love it. I love it. We don't know what the hell she gonna do. She might just start attacking Michael Cole one day. We just don't even know. And so that was where I want to start off my Too Sweet for the week. Other than that, man, you know what? For the second week, I've been sold. In Impact, I want you to, I know we already recording this, but I want you to take this snippet and play it back, because I like the pairing of, JBL and Happy Corbin. That's kind of scary to say, because I did not like, I liked Happy Corbin about as much as I love cereal when you leave it in the milk and then your mama tell you got to eat that shit. That's how much I used to not like Happy Corbin.
I did say last week, I thought that I know I was taking some shit, but I told you I was feeling this whole duo collab here.
You was right. You was right. And you know what's interesting is we did say last week who knew that Corbin needed a JBL. He fucking did. And this is making it really well. And we don't know how long JBL is going to be paired with him, but I will say that it's definitely lifting up more of an eye on Corbin, which we always know he's been fantastic. He has athleticism. He just sometimes needed a little bit of help in the charismatic little area. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's my too sweet for the week.
All right. How about you, Mr. Sin City Steve?
All right. So Mike Tyson's commentary on AEW Rampage. Yeah, I want to talk about that.
It's so sweet. It's so sweet.
It was too sweet. But seriously, it was so much better than I thought it would be. Tyson came off sounding like an informed super fan. Y'all know how people can come off on commentary when they shouldn't be there.
Right.
Excalibur.
So here's the thing. I'm not going to get into that, but like Excalibur, he's very good for a good chunk of the fan base that likes all of the little trivial like tidbits and knowledge and that kind of stuff, because the motherfucker doesn't forget anything. Like if somebody was on a team with somebody for 2 matches back in 2003, he'll know it.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the nice things with him. But yeah, so Tyson's commentary was awesome. You could tell that he has either done his homework in advance or he is just that much of a super fan. Speaking of those two, Katsuyori Shibata, his first in-ring appearance in AEW, 3rd total match since his subdural hematoma. Okay. He had internal bleeding that caused significant damage to the left side of his brain and temporary paralysis to the right side of his body.
Oh.
Dude almost died in 2017 after his match with Okada. Yeah. Crazy to see him back and doing what he loves to do. And then last but not least, I did not watch all of Crown Jewel. We already talked about that, but I did see some clips from that main event. I'm going to go on record. I'm going to say it. Logan Paul will be a future superstar. Make that megastar in this business. If he
already is
long term and continues to get better, he will be a WWE World Champion. Mark my words. The frog splash off the top turnbuckle to Roman through the announce table and recording the shit on a smartphone. That was pretty ingenious. Pretty sure that's never been done. And here's the thing. We're going to have to wait to see him because according to his social media after the match, he showed an image saying that he tore his MCL, ACL, and meniscus.
Wow.
So if he comes back, it'll be a year out.
Yeah.
Hey, might I add to that too? He did that shit off of the, basically selfieing the whole time. Mr. Theory is going to have to stop doing selfies now in his gimmick because he's been one showman up.
Gimmick infringement. Oh, and some people are already saying that he does a better buckshot lariat than Hangman Page.
You know what?
So I can definitely tell you this. He sure as shit does a better buckshot lariat than CM Punk. I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely. All right, cool. Went over to me, man. I would let's see here. So the Rey Mysterio Gunther, I wanted to go ahead and shout that out. I gotta agree with Simon on that one, man. Listen, we know that Michaels is going to give Rey shit just because of his size, but one thing Rey has definitely proven that, dude, come on, he's been in this game for a while and he's going to know how to just show why he's in this business still, and I think it's matches like that definitely show just why he's actually here doing what he's doing. So really shout out to that entire match. Enjoyed it all. I would tell you, seeing Wes Lee and Braun Breaker teamed up to go against Pretty Deadly. Yeah, man, good stuff. I'm all for it there. I knew we weren't going to we were not going to get Lee and Breaker with the titles, but still, you just never know, right? I mean, by the way, unless I'm just late to the game while we're on NXT, have I now noticed that I've seen the black security, what do you call that? The little railings around the the ring guardrails, yes, that they're up now because they didn't used to have those. It used to just be the see-through glass or plexiglass.
Glass, yeah.
But now now it's back to the black. Yeah. And then I'm also beginning to see the old gold being used color. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm beginning to see this transition slowly come back in the graphics. Same thing. The gold, get to see some of the black. I'm like, okay. It's really subtle. No one ain't said anything. No one ain't called anything out. But when I saw those security rails, like, wait, why is those there? I was like, okay, I see what's happening. Just slowly transitioning back over. Last thing right quick. I'm sorry I went over. Kenny King and Speedball Mike Bailey. Do I need to say anything else, Sin City Steve? That was on Impact Wrestling, which, again, this was part of the taping that was out here in Vegas. I got to see this match. This was really amazing watching these two do what they do. They put on a show, and they kicked off the show that night, and it was exciting. Kenny King, man, we can't say enough about just how great this guy's still putting in that work with his age. And Speedball Mike Bailey, of course, I'm just this guy's newest fan. I don't even know how he does half of the things that he does with the speed that he does it. Awesome match. If you get a chance to watch that, check it out. All right, my bad for going over like that. Let's go right into the WTF for the week. All right, so I'll just kick this one off. Again, we talked about, I didn't watch the Crown Jewel, but I heard that Braun Strowman and Omos actually had a decent match.
It was more than decent.
Bro, for real?
Let me
just quote a little bit from CBS, who had their sports. I had it all ready to go here, and then let me see. That's Drew women. Okay, here it is. So it says that no, that's Lashley. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. I had it. So I'm reading this, and I'm going, I know that none of this can really be true. And apparently they really just knocked down the house. Oh, here we go. This is by far the best Omos has looked in his accelerated WWE run. The two had clear chemistry, and WWE was smart to book Strowman as the overmatched underdog, a position fans rarely see him in. After competitive match after competitive match, it was refreshing to see primarily a one-sided contest. Expectations appear low for a match dubbed by some as an attempt to appease the Saudi crowd. This says this was a sleeper hit. Wow, for real?
On point. I'll talk more about when it's my turn.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying I haven't seen it, but I wanted to throw that in the WTF because it's hard for me to believe that. All right, and we're talking about
no shit.
So my apologies. I'm gonna have to maybe see some gifts or something to see what happened. But with that, let me just go right over to you, Simon Street. Tell me, man, WTF.
Look, man, WTF on that Braun Strowman and Omos. I don't know if it was planned, and maybe Omos was this good for this long, and they purposely had this plan. I highly doubt it. Or Omos has been training with HBK, who also trained Mandy Rose, who also trained Logan Paul, and he should win the goddamn Slammy / best trainer in the world. I don't know. He was a different fucking beast. Shout out to Braun Strowman, too, for being the best dance partner, because goddamn, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was going in not expecting that I was, typical big man, clunky, right, slow. No, these dudes was off and moving to the races. Omar showed more charisma than he ever has. All I kept seeing was, look, is this right there? Is this your giant? Is this your giant? Huh? Is this your giant? Huh? Look, you come here. Motherfucker went Wakanda forever on his ass. I was like, what the hell am I watching?
So is the WTF then pretty much on us? Because
We've been
he
bamboozled.
was the ones not thinking that was going to happen, and apparently he showed us both up.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know what title he finna go for, but he finna go for some title next. I don't know what the hell. It was a different beast. And also too, Braun Strowman looked good as well. I mean, it was just great. Another WTF, outside of that, we talked about that was, unfortunately, as you know, NXT, man, R-Truth hurt himself going against Jason Waller. He went over the top rope, got caught on the top rope over a suicide dive, or he got clipped. But what I think is when Truth did his little thing where he does a split, I think his knee buckled. And if you notice, when he started to spring up, run, and go off the top ropes to do it, that's when his leg gave out, and that's what clipped. If you watch back, that was it. Next thing I want to say, WTF.
Yeah.
Crown Jewel. There's a promo for the Viking Raiders. If you look closely on the Viking Raiders, they're showing these little figurines, wooden figurines. I swear, I kid you not. I know y'all didn't watch it, but just watch that part. It looked like Uncle Howdy had a hat on, had like the little thing. I'm telling you,
yeah.
I'm dead serious. And I watched this 120% sober, so I wasn't intoxicated or nothing like that. All of them looked very, Viking-esque, except that one. So I don't know if you get a chance to look at that. And then last but not least, my biggest what the hell, honestly, is just kind of looking at, more what the fuck, because you got your wish, Impact. You got your wish. We now have a badass Shayna Baszler. And in true to form, not only are we seeing it, it has been announced. I'm only putting in the WTF because look how long we've been asking. And I know it wasn't just you, Impact. I know a lot of people have been asking. I think we're going to finally get it. And this is the first time I heard her new ring entrance music. This shit hit.
Yeah.
So, that's my kind of what the hell, or what the fuck.
Sin City C, man, what was your WTF?
All right. So Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin was a good match. Seriously, it was a good match.
Yep.
Until they had the overbooked finish where they had Cole Carter, friend of the show, Cole Carter, wear a Sting mask and jacket and beat down Darby, leading to Jay Lethal picking up the win. But none of that's the WTF, really.
Okay.
Sting's music then played. All the heels left the ring, leaving Darby in the ring. And it was all a distraction, leading to Jeff fucking Jarrett debuting in AEW, smashing a guitar over Darby's head. After Dynamite, it was announced that Jarrett would have an office position within AEW, which I'm good with that. Completely good with that. Jeff Jarrett, obviously, he's contributed a lot to this business. But to have him up and down the show, taking up airtime, cracking people over the head with the guitars. No, miss me with that bullshit. I don't need to see that. AEW equals TNA. I saw that phrase numerous times on social media after this and after a couple of the other things that I'm going to mention right now.
Okay.
John Moxley versus Lee Moriarty in a non-title match taking place second on the show. What the actual fuck am I watching? Evidently, anyone can face the world champion now. Whatever. It's trivializing the world championship. Get that shit off my TV. And then lastly, Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir. This match was just not good. Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero coming out and doing commentary over a house microphone.
Oh, man.
Thank fuck this match only lasted like 2 minutes. Also, I'm pretty sure that Shafir has lost to Jade twice now. So can we please just not revisit that match? I will say this, though. Marina Shafir got new entrance music. So at least that's a step in the right direction, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Slap nuts. That's all I want to say. Slap nuts.
All right, y'all. Let's go right into our what we are looking out for. The lookout. Yeah, Simon Street, man. What are you looking out for? Any excitement or anything?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch I'm looking forward to. A lot, some things on NXT. Definitely looking for Alba Frey to go against Mandy Rose at some point for the NXT Women's Championship. I think she's gonna be the one to do it. I honestly feel that she's gonna be the one to do it. As you stated a little bit earlier, shout out to Mandy Rose. She is no longer a centerfold bitch. She is no longer a peach. She is no longer all the things that she listed. So I think it'll make for an entertaining match. So I am definitely ready for that one. Also, too, a couple things that I am looking forward to, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. Definitely looking forward to seeing more with Shayna Baszler. I think that's the direction they're going with, and having her and your SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. That really looks good. I don't know what direction it's going to be in, but I am definitely interested to see. Yeah. Outside of that. A couple of things that I'm looking forward to is really, 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 really interesting because Crown Jewel, obviously, Judgment Day faced off against the OC. And as was mentioned before, I believe the last couple of weeks, OC's talking about they have a Rhea Ripley problem. We have still not seen how they're going to deal with that Rhea Ripley problem. So I'm curious to see what that's going to be like. If they can't find somebody, I know a crazy bitch that's running around that might be able to do it, but you might want to only use her for one night only. Just being real with you. Outside of that, nothing that I'm looking forward to is I'm looking forward to, not that it will happen, I would love to see Matt Riddle dress as Ezekiel for the rest of the remainder of his contract with WWE, because that shit was magical. It really was magical. It really was. He pulled that shit off. Outside of that, definitely looking forward to the unraveling of the investigation that will be conducted by Johnny Gargano into The Miz being in cahoots this whole time with Dexter Lumis to get himself over. I felt that was good on Raw, and I'd like to look forward into that. So that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to.
All right, good stuff there. How about Sin City? What are you looking out for?
All right, I can say that they are definitely building for the return of the Elite. They showed another vignette this week. This time, though, it was of a video editor removing footage of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks winning the Trios titles, replacing that footage with footage of Death Triangle winning the Trios titles. So obviously, we're starting to get the ball rolling on that. We're going to have that match. If they're smart whatsoever, just go ahead and book that shit for Full Gear and don't have the Elite show up on TV until Full Gear. Have them show back up at Full Gear, make the announcement that the match is going to be there, but don't have them back on TV before then. Elsewhere, I was very pleased. We got a new House of Black vignette on Dynamite, prominently featuring Malachi Black. So let's hope they get this shit right this time around.
Right.
I don't trust it, but let's just sit back and see.
Right.
And then I'm genuinely looking forward to the build-up for the War Games matches at Survivor Series. I've always been a huge fan of War Games, dating back to the NWA, WCW stuff. Let's have one of those matches for the men, one of those matches for the women. Make it a yearly thing every year on Survivor Series. Call it a day. And give that pay-per-view, Big Four status again.
Right.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. Well, what am I looking out for? Well, this was pretty interesting. On going back to Impact Wrestling, Violent by Design has some new members that they showed. One of them was Big Con. The other was Alan Angels. So I'm quite curious to see where Violent by Design is going to take it from here, especially by adding members. It's just been three of them. Well, two of them. It was three of them for the longest. Now I went to two. So I guess now they added, added them two. So Big John and Alan Angels. All right, let's see where that happens. Also, the return of Odyssey Jones. I thought it was good to to see him back. I was actually becoming a fan of his when I saw him, on NXT and doing this thing. And when he got injured, it was like, oh man, it seemed like the worst time for that to happen. But he looks healthy, he looks energetic, he looks, like he's ready. So I'm looking to see. I think it's gonna be big things for him coming down the line. I have to agree with Simon Street when it comes to Shayna, man. I've talked about it for so long, and I'm just excited to see where this is going. This was it's just amazing what some people see that others. I can't believe Vince just didn't see Shayna the way to use her in this manner. It just bothered me. It was just, I don't know. It's okay. We'll move on. And then of course you had your and of course, Alexa Bliss, Asuka. You have tag team new Raw Women's champion.
Well, had.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. That's crazy. With that. So I'm looking to see what's actually going to come, what they're gonna do with them. Are they just gonna keep them trying to go for that, or are they just gonna move on and try something different? I like them as a team, but maybe it's time for them to, move on. So we'll see where that goes. All right, y'all. Best in show for this week. Let's do it. I think for me, I'm going to make my best in show, guess I'll make it Impact Wrestling. First off, everything I watched on TV again, I watched when I was actually there live. So it was just great to see all of that fun action and seeing everybody again. They had some really great matches for this past week, and they're doing some good things over there, man. I'm always glad to see that Impact is not really caring what others are doing. They're just maintaining their own business and yeah, I mean, it's just, as far as I'm concerned, it's going strong still. So that's gonna be my best in show for the week. I'm sure maybe if I watched Crown Jewel, maybe that would be, but I don't know, maybe not. Let's first jump over to Sin City Steve before we go to Simon Street and see what he thinks was best show. What was yours, man?
All right, so AEW Dynamite, I guess. So here's the thing. I'm the reason why I'm saying it like that.
Okay.
This was a very, very, very mid show that they put out on Wednesday. I'm sure that, quite frankly, if I would have watched Crown Jewel, that would have been my best.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I have no doubt in my mind.
Right.
It really sucks when promotions consider particular episodes punts, and that's almost what this felt like. They were going, dead nuts up against a World Series game, and they had a bunch of other competition.
Yeah.
So it really sucks that, that this episode that I'm actually having to say, oh yeah, Dynamite, I guess, but
yeah.
Dynamite, I guess.
Simon Street, give it to us, man. What was best in show this week?
Look, I got to be real with you, man. Crown Jewel was the best in show. And the reason why I say that, not only did they improve, this is the best Crown Jewel that has ever appeared in the 5 years, 6 years? I don't even know. And here's the thing. Look, guys, I appreciate and love y'all for staying close to your convictions. When you say you're not going to do something, you're not going to do it, and I appreciate it. But, man, y'all missed out on some of the best action-packed talent WWE has assembled in a long-ass time. Literally, there was not a bad match. And when I tell you there was not a bad match, the probably lowest match, I would say, but that was only because of the finish was what people didn't want, and that was Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Every other match was A, bruh. A. Even the great Prophet Meltzer would have probably had to give a couple of these matches 5 stars. Let me tell you, some of the matches were amazing. Drew McIntyre carrying Cross Steel Cage, that shit was inventive. It kept us going. It was really, really good. Come on, a superplex off the top, damn near off the top of the cage. Shit. Yeah. Also, too, I mean, other great shows even shows or matches that we thought we've seen before weren't going to be that great. Come on, the OC versus Judgment Day, that one was decent as well. I mean, and then we already talked about Omos and Braun Strowman being a healer. You know what else was a great match too? The undisputed tag team champions, the Usos, being very Usi and going against the Brawling Brutes. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, great ass match. Another match. Last woman standing, Bianca Belair, Bayley. One of the best matches I've ever seen. A women's match, last standing. I'll be honest with you, it freaking was amazing. My point that I'm saying is Crown Jewel under this new regime was different. It was truly different. I know we talk about Vince McMahon and what he did and didn't do. I don't know. I can only tell you the difference between last year and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that. And this year is totally different. It's different like you being with the love of your life and you finally making love and you realize all the half-ass bitches you was with a long time ago, that different. It's like different when you used to eating like a hoagie, like some kind of ho-ho. Right? Not a hoe, but a ho-ho, like the little Twinkie thing. And then you go to a fine 5-star, 5-dining restaurant, you get a quality dessert. It was different. So, yes, my best in show was Crown Jewel. I mean, shit, I want to watch it again. Shit was awesome. Thank you so much for agreeing with Mr. The Bionic Scoop. I love that. I love that Bionic Scoop. Put some oil on that. Get it ready.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, I'm glad it all worked out and the show was on fire. I have no doubt that that it was a good show from what I've been hearing. So that's good. Nothing wrong with that. All right. I guess that is our wrestling talk for this this show. For those that are watching, we're going to end this live stream, but we're going to start a new one because we're going to record our 3 count. And we got 3 good topics. I don't even think I put the topics up on here. Normally I put what the 3 count topics, but pretty much Jeff Jarrett. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about how WWE bringing back another ex-competitor. And how many people remember that rapper Bow Wow? Wow, 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 wow.
I know somebody, mama, do.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna talk about some of that too. So it's gonna be some fun stuff. If you could be on the podcast, you could be on the next live segment with us. Make sure you join us. We'll have some fun. We want you to throw in the comments as well. And if you can't, then download the podcast. That 3 count would be Tuesday's release. All right. So with that, as always, appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next week when we do it all over again. Happy wrestling.